Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into it here. So as you guys know, Nick Wright is easily one of the most delusional people in all of sports. He believes that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. I mean, you just can't make it up. Nick Wright believes that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, right? And he goes out there and says ridiculous things on a weekly basis when it comes to this. And it's one of the reasons why he felt, because he's such a big fanboy of LeBron, that LeBron and the Lakers actually had a chance against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He actually believes this, even though we have an overwhelming amount of evidence showing LeBron fail over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The guy's been playing 23 years, has 4 titles. But if you listen to Nick Wright, you would think LeBron has 15 championships. It's like he acts like as if LeBron isn't like one of the biggest losers when it comes to the NBA and NBA. It's a fact. It's a fact. When you compare him to his peers, his losing is just unmatched. It's a fact, especially given all of the talent that he's played with. If you look at the amount of talented players that LeBron has played with, it's insane. I didn't even heard that for the entire time that LeBron was in the East, or for like a 10-year period, he only played against one All-NBA player. I don't know if that's true. I forgot the exact stat or whatever it was, but that was pretty crazy. The guy's played with some of the greatest players ever, in Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, whole bunch of these guys, and still hasn't won enough, and they still find a way to make excuses for him and then come up with these ridiculous fantasies in their mind, like LeBron is going to do something spectacular. So I tuned into an episode yesterday of First Things First, leading into this series. And Nick Wright was up there actually getting upset that no one on the panel picked the Lakers to have a shot against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So now that the Lakers have lost and they got blown out in game 1, we can't find Nick Wright right now. But before we even get into what Nick Wright had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the regular season is wrapped up and the NBA playoffs are finally here. And there's no better way to cash in on all of the high-flying hoop action than PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means when you're making lineups on PrizePicks. And here's something you didn't want to sleep on. PrizePicks has the Do It Live 2026 NBA Finals sweepstakes going on right now. Make a $5 lineup with at least one live NBA player picked during the playoffs, and you could win a trip for 2 to the NBA Finals. That alone is reason enough to check out PrizePicks right now. I've been making lineups on the Celtics and Lakers players, and it makes watching the playoffs so much more fun. It's simple. Just pick more or less on player projections across basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. You can even pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup with stacks. And if your picks get off to a hot start, cash out early with easy payouts before the game even ends. PrizePicks is now available in all 50 states. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do is I'm going to play what Nick Wright had to say on First Things First, and I'm going to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to Nick Wright there.
And I got this one very wrong. I had the Lakers getting swept in round 1. I now think they will be swept in round 2.
Love it.
By the Thunder.
Love it.
So I was just, yeah, exactly. Never wrong, just a little early.
So you don't regret underestimating them?
No, listen, man.
No, you're just going to do, you flatly don't.
Yeah.
You just flatly was like,
I got
listen,
it wrong.
you know how much I
got it wrong.
You just said, you know
I
how
got
much
it
I
wrong.
respect LeBron, you know, all these things. By the way, now they're going to get swept.
They're not good enough to beat the Thunder.
Well,
and I don't think they're good enough to be competitive with the Thunder.
Again, there is a big bridge between beat the Thunder, be competitive, and get swept. There's a lot of land that one can walk. Because not only do the Thunder have never swept anyone outside of round 1. They sweep people in round 1 every year, and then they have long series. And again, I don't necessarily think this is going to be a long series, but we saw, the Pacers take them 7. We saw Denver take them 7. We saw a honestly not great Mavs team beat them in 6, and we saw a Minnesota team, lose in a gentleman's sweep in 5. So I don't think you regret it. I think that you think this was more, and tell me if I'm wrong, an indictment on Houston than anything about the Lakers.
Anything about the Lakers, yes. I definitely underestimated LeBron's ability to put a team on his back on the short rest and the turnaround late in the series. I fully...
Oh, I forgot about that one. He was going to be exhausted in Game 6.
He was when they were down.
In Game 6.
Oh, no, not
when
they were up 3-2, you said they were going to lose.
Yeah, I thought they were... Again, I got that. Yeah. I didn't come out of that overly impressed with the Lakers. LeBron definitely...
I think that's a very fair take to meet in the middle.
The Rockets, man, scored 78 points.
So hold on.
That is pathetic.
So wait a second. This is where I think we can't move the goalposts on something. Listen, Lakers might get smoked this round. But all year long, KW, when the Lakers, when they went 14-3 in March, when they were healthy, what was your big concern about the Lakers? Why they weren't real contenders?
That the defense
is
an illusion.
The defense is not good. That the defense wasn't going to be good.
I still think that.
Okay, so then there's nothing they can do. Then if holding the Rockets in 3 games this series under 100, maybe 4 games this series, in a closeout game under 80, if seeing JJ, to your point, Brew, make the adjustment, you know what? We're not doubling Şengün. We're staying home on everyone. If the biggest guy people kill about the Lakers defense, Luka's not playing. So Marcus Smart doing what he's doing, LeBron doing what he's doing on both ends of the court. If we're still like, Lakers defense is not, it has nothing to do with the Rockets offense being that bad.
When we talk about the things that you were impressed with about the Lakers' victory, how many things do you talk about before you get to the defense?
Well, as far as the team as a whole, the defense is probably the first. Players, I would say.
It's not the first thing.
Well, it's certainly not their offense. The Lakers were not very good offensively.
LeBron is number 1.
Oh, that's why I was... No, of
Luke
course.
Kennard's came alive, and Marcus Smart came alive.
Okay, so you're saying individual players.
And it's like around 5 or 6, you're like, and the defense collectively was good.
I mean...
And I thought Ayton was pretty good, too. All those double-doubles.
And
rebounding.
And rebounding was kind of part of defense. Yeah. And Rui was exceptional throughout the series. Kennard really fell off as the series went on.
Fantastic. So you heard Nick Wright. Essentially what you heard was Nick giving the Lakers, he was essentially giving them a shot to win. That's how deep the delusion runs. This guy actually thinks that LeBron is like a superhero. That because LeBron is so good, he can go in there and pull a rabbit out of his hat. And they want to use the Houston series as the Houston Rockets are one of the worst playoff teams I've seen in a while. They were horrible at every level. At certain points, the Houston Rockets didn't even look like they knew how to run a fast break. Some of the most boneheaded plays. They blew a 6-point lead in 25 seconds. But they were using that as a measuring stick to say, oh, now you see LeBron can do this. And they were like, they were trying to make a GOAT argument off of LeBron beating the Houston Rockets, for goodness sake. So now what's going to happen is going to switch around. They're going to say, oh, Oklahoma City is an overwhelming favorite. And if LeBron can just win 1 game, if he can win just 1 game, he should be considered the GOAT. That's how low and useless and pathetic these people are. That's the next one. If he can just win 1 game, then he's the greatest player. He's the greatest player of all time. Just watch.